Here are 10 things you need to start implementing into your Rivals 2 gameplay if you want to start getting some wins. What's up, guys? I'm Official. I'm a collegiate esports coach at Wartburg College, coach Smash Ultimate, as well as Rocket League and Overwatch, and I'm a long-time Melee player. Play a lot of Sheik, which transfers over to Rano pretty well, and I'm really interested in making some more educational Rivals content for you guys because I've been having so much fun playing this beta. I can't wait for the game to come out, so hopefully you can learn a few things. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing you need to start doing in Rivals 2 is tilt canceling your jab combos. So here's a typical jab combo with Rano. It's 3 hits into that rapid jab. And while that's pretty good damage and applies poison, sometimes you might not want to apply poison, maybe they're at higher percent and you want to land a combo starter, say a tilt. Well, you're in luck because in Rivals, you can combo and cancel any of your jabs into tilt moves. I can do it out of any of these 3 jabs. I can do jab 1 into a tilt, I can do jab 2 into a tilt, I can even do jab 3 into a tilt, not the rapid jabs, but jab 3 into a tilt attack as well. So you're going to want to do this a lot at higher percents to combo into those kill moves. It could be a great way, rather than just throwing out a tilt move and hoping it hits, you can maybe do all 3 jabs to first confirm that you're hitting and not tilting into a shield, because if you jab a shield, you can run away, you're safe. If you tilt a shield, you're probably going to get shield grabbed. So it's pretty good to jab a few times first, then do your tilt move, set into your combo. It also just adds more damage to your combos. So this is something you really should start doing in your gameplay. The second thing you're going to want to do in Rivals 2 is use your grab and parry button to do a neutral air or neutral special, respectively. So I bound my grab button to Z. As you can see, when I press it on the ground, it just does a grab. When I press in the air, it does a neutral air, even if I'm holding all the way to one of the sides. This allows you to do full drifting neutral airs and have full control over your character while doing a neutral air and not worry about accidentally inputting a forward air or a back air. Same with neutral special. If I wanted to do a full drift in needle to approach with Rano, I can just press the X button rather than having to let go of my stick for a brief time and pressing B to do neutral special needle. Now I can just do a full drift in, press X, not worry about getting a miss input. 2 use cases of this is one, like I said earlier with needle, I can do a full drift in needle to approach into a grab. Great option with Rano. I also like to use neutral air to edge guard. Now I can do a full drift neutral air to edge guard and go as deep as I want to go with neutral air without worrying about accidentally getting a forward air. Tip number 3 is crouch canceling. You need to be crouch canceling more in Rivals 2. It is so extremely powerful. So the opponent is not crouch canceling right now, they're just standing still. Notice when I hit them with all these jabs, they slightly pop up in the air and they can't really do anything during that time because they're in hit stun. So I can do my full jab combo, not worry about them interrupting me whatsoever. I can even do jab jab down tilt, they're not going to interrupt me at all, they have no chance to. But if I make this dummy just crouch, they're going to start crouch canceling everything. As you can see right there, those green down arrows like that mean that they're crouch canceling. You can also hear this sound. That means that they're crouch canceling all those moves. So if I did my typical jab down tilt combo, they could immediately hit me after that. Now they're taking the percent, but they can act immediately. So it's kind of give and take compared to shielding, where shielding, you're not going to take any percent, but it's going to be a little bit slower to act out, where crouch canceling, you're just going to tank all that percent, but you can act out immediately. So good options to do out of crouch. If you just press grab, you can grab immediately out of crouch, or just press the A button to do a down tilt. If they hit you with an even harder attack, you can just straight up smash attack them directly out of crouch. And next up is shield dropping. Shield dropping, extremely strong in this game. If you come from Melee or PM, you already know what this is. In Ultimate, it doesn't exist. So what this is while you're shielding on a platform, you can immediately just drop through the ledge out of shield without even having to let go. I'm just holding shield this whole time. There are multiple ways to do this. The first one is just pressing diagonal down in either direction to just drop through the platform. If you press slightly down, you can drop through the platform. You can also just let go of shield and then press down, which is what I'm doing there. Or if you're in melee and PM, the way you're probably used to doing is if you do a dash shield input, I'm already holding to the left now. All I have to do is roll my stick to the next notch down to get that shield drop input. That's my favorite way to do it because it feels the most consistent. You can kind of set it up so that you're guaranteed to get it. Feels a little bit hard to me to directly hit the diagonal input out of shield, or to trust myself to slightly go down, because if you press all the way down, you'll spot dodge on the platform, which is not what you want to do in most scenarios. Same thing with letting go and then pressing down. If you don't let go fast enough, you can accidentally spot dodge as well. This way is foolproof. You'll never get spot dodge out of shield drop. Now, why is this so good? The reason this option is so good is because you can act immediately with an aerial after shield dropping. So if they're behind me and they hit my shield, boom, instant back air. If they land kind of on top of me, I can up air. That's going to start a combo doing a landing up air. If they hit my shield from below and they're standing directly below me, boom, forward air. Or you can even use the tip that we talked about earlier to use a grab button to do an instant Nair out of shield drop. All of these options are super, super good. And the reason it's even better in this game compared to other Smash titles is because you can't get shield poked in this game. Your shield does not get smaller, so my feet are not exposed to getting poked out of my shield. So I'm guaranteed to get a shield here if they try to hit me, and then boom, I'm landing on them. So take this Zetterburn for example. He hits me with an attack, boom, forward air directly out of shield. That's big damage. That's gonna start a combo. So make sure you're doing that a lot more in your gameplay. The next tip I have for you is ledge dashing. Now there's a lot of options you have from ledge, doing a ledge attack, ledge jumping, maybe just rolling on from ledge. There's a lot of things you can do from ledge. One of the best all-around options that leave you in the best state to handle any situation is going to be ledge dashing. So what is a ledge dash? A ledge dash consists of a few parts. The first part is dropping from ledge. One of the options that people don't do enough is if you just press back, you'll just let go of ledge. If you press down, you'll fast fall. So I recommend using back just to make it a little bit more consistent. And then you can double jump immediately to get back onto stage. People will do this a lot to just do an instant aerial from stage. That's a decent option, but ledge dashing specifically is doing that let go of ledge, double jump, and then use your air dodge to wave dash onto stage. So when properly executed, it looks like this. And it's very, very quick. One way you can do an easier version of this, but doesn't work as well, which I'll explain why later, is if you press jump from ledge and then hold air dodge, you'll instantly wave dash and just get that little burst of speed. The reason that this one isn't as good is because you don't maintain the invincibility of ledge. You see how I'm flashing white when I grab that? If you grab ledge and then right after grabbing ledge do a ledge dash, you maintain that invincibility. So I'm invincible as I'm doing my wave dash, where if I just do this ledge get up option, I'm not, and I can get hit during that. And if you do it into a shield, you are perfectly safe. I would be safe during that whole thing. They could grab me out of my shield, but any attack will either go right through me while I'm invincible, or intangible if you want to be technical, so I don't get actually in the comments. But if you shield it, you'll either have the attack go right through you, or you'll block it on shield. So great, great option to do from ledge. You need to start B reversing and doing turnaround neutral Bs. So I'll explain what the difference between those are. We'll start off with B reversing. This is something that's in Smash Ultimate. If you're used to it, it's in PM as well. What it is you can do any of your special moves in the air and completely transform your momentum going in the opposite direction, and also just throw your B move in the other direction. It's easiest to do with neutral Bs, for me at least. So if I wasn't B reversing and say I'm running away from this Zetterburn and I throw out a neutral special, it's gonna go the wrong way. But what if I wanted to retreat to dodge an attack and then counterattack with a neutral B? What I can do is a B reverse, which looks like this. The way I'm doing this with my inputs is I'm pressing B and then I'm immediately pushing my stick in the other direction. Make sure you're pushing your stick after pressing B, otherwise you'll get a side B in that direction. And if you want to use your neutral B, this is what you're gonna have to do. You can also do it with the tip earlier by pressing your parry button. That might be easier. I still just do it with B. So if you do it immediately after pressing the B button, it also changes your momentum. So see, I'm going to the left and now I'm going to the right all of a sudden. That's what B reversing does. It does your B move in the other direction and changes your momentum. So here's the other option. This is just called a turnaround B move. In order to do this, you're gonna flick the stick first. I just flick it and completely let go afterwards, so it resets to neutral, and then press B. What this will do is you'll do your B move in the other direction, but you won't transfer your momentum in that direction as well. So if I wanted to continue retreating and just throw out a safe needle, I could just flick the stick, then let go, then press B. So that's a little bit safer and not as committal, right? Sometimes you get a little bit of snapback on your stick and it goes the wrong way. But for the most part, you just flick the stick and then you can go in the other direction. So mess around with both B reverses and B turnarounds, and it'll change your neutral and combo game so much. You gotta start air dodging while you're recovering. Air dodge in this game don't put you in special fall or anything. You can act immediately after. You can double jump after, you can wall jump after, you can B after, everything. And you can even do a directional air dodge to move yourself closer to the ledge. So if I'm off stage and I want to recover, if my up B weren't going to make it like that, I could go into about that same spot, air dodge up, and then up B, and suddenly I make it to the ledge. It can give you that extra height or maybe a little bit of extra sideways distance in order to make it to the ledge. You can also use it against people who are trying to edge guard you. Say Loxodon, for instance, throws that big meatball at you and it just feels like you can't do anything about it and you're watching it come at you. Air dodge through it and then up B, or air dodge through and do any of your recovery options. Work with every character, mess around with how to use it best with your character. Hitfalling is also incredibly important in this game. In other Smash games, this doesn't exist. This is a Rivals specific tech. What hitfalling is you can do a move and immediately fast fall out of the move, even if your character's on their way up. So for instance, this would be a Nair without hitfalling. See how long it takes me for me to land after that? Now I will press down as soon as my move connects. While the game is in kind of that freeze frame, in that hit lag, I press down and I immediately fall to the ground. This can be used in combo extensions. So I would be able to combo out of like a Nair out of shield, for instance. It's really good in just making any movement safe. You're going to feel so much faster once you start doing this and implementing this into your gameplay. One thing to note though is you cannot do this on a shield. So if I have this dummy just sit there and shield and I try to hitfall, even though I'm pressing down right now, it's not doing anything. So you can only do it if you actually hit them, as well as obviously if I don't hit anything, I can't do it either. So you can only do it when you make contact with the opponent, but start implementing this into your gameplay. You're gonna feel so much faster. Start using the invincibility you get from ledge to edge guard and throw out invincible moves. So in this game, whenever you're flashing white, that means you're invincible. Notice how you get invincibility right when you grab ledge. Even if you let go, you maintain that invincibility. So if I grab ledge, I can do invincible back airs from ledge, and I can put them wherever I want. This can go through your opponent's recovery moves. One thing to be careful of though, is you do only get invincibility the first 3 times you grab ledge in this game. And then the 4th time, see how I don't really flash white after that, maybe for a few frames right as I'm grabbing ledge, but I don't really get any invincibility to do anything. In order to get your invincibility back, you need to touch the stage again, then you'll start getting your invincibility back. So use that invincibility to edge guard, draw out invincible moves. It's literally so good. And the last tip I have for you is RARing, or RAR, stands for Reverse Aerial Rush. So what that is in this game is you see this little turnaround in animation while I'm dashing. If you jump out of that, I'm facing the other way, but I can keep my momentum going in the opposite direction as well. This allows you to run at people backwards. So if you need to back air to approach, it can be a really good option. So for instance, with Rano, if I wanted to aerial approach, my forward air is really stubby. I mean, maybe I could Nair, that's not always the best option. But back air is so far reaching. I very often, very frequently want to approach with a back air. So if I RAR at him, boom, now I can approach with that back air. It can also be really good for edge guarding. Now I can go off stage with a back air, my longest reaching move, to kind of contest some recoveries. Really good to do as well.
how to perform this technique. During that turnaround animation, you want to jump and then immediately start holding in the original direction you were dashing. So it's going to feel like, so you're going to be dashing, you're going to press back to start the turnaround animation, and then immediately press the original direction again. So it's going to be a lot of flicking of the stick. It's going to be forward, back, forward. Forward, back, forward. So you want to get really used to doing this, and you're going to want to press jump in between that back, forward. So basically at the same time you're pressing that back. Forward, jump, forward, back, jump, forward, back, jump, forward. Like that. That's how you're going to do a RAR or a reverse aerial rush. Start implementing that into your gameplay. It'll open up so many options for you.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy this type of content, some educational Rivals 2 content, please hit that subscribe button. It would really help me out as I'm trying to grow this channel. I previously made a Rano guide, so if you want to check that out, please feel free to do so. And I hope you have a good one.